Hello, everybody. I wanted to title this, It's Time. We're in a time that we haven't been in, and we are getting ready to see God do ridiculously good things. In spite of all the junk, in spite of all the resistance and everything else going on, we're getting ready to see Him do and pour out a huge Holy Spirit thing on this earth. So it's time. What's time for is time to get prepared. It's time for you to get trained. It's time for you to us, and I'm going to put myself in all of the things I'm telling you to do. It's time for us to understand where we are on the compass, where we are in the season and the time that we're living in right now, so that we're not caught unaware. There's a lot of things coming apart at the seams. There's a lot of things happening that we didn't expect. There are a lot of things going on in people's lives that were completely out of nowhere. We didn't see them coming. We didn't know they were going to happen. And it's just been almost like a snowball effect. I mean, even with these storms, I'm living in Texas, so we've had a number of storms come through, especially through the plains and different things, and they're just popping up out of nowhere. No, they're not on the radar, and then all of a sudden, here they are, right? And I think it's a indication that we need to be ready whenever it is going to take place. I'm doing two trainings. I'm doing two trainings in June, two of them. I'm doing one in Albuquerque. You can see it on my website, cindymcgill.org. And I'm doing one on doing the stuff, which is Words That Work. It's also all the strategies and the different things that God has shown us on how to reach counterculture and how to reach people who are just away from Him, who just aren't ready to hear. They don't want to know, and how to begin to present Jesus in a positive light, in a light where people actually are compelled to come to Him. I was just at breakfast the other day, and I came to my car, and there's a thing sticking out on my windshield, and it said, "You're going to hell." That's what it said. It's one of those little cards. You're going to hell, and Judgment Day's coming. And I thought, well, sign me up. I mean, how effective is that, right? For people to say, well, I want to come, like I heard someone say, I'm coming back, but I'm not coming back to Jesus. And I thought to myself, well, you're not coming back to the church Jesus. You're coming back to personal relationship. Who doesn't want unconditional love, mercy, removal of shame, forgiveness of everything we've ever done, a pathway that's laid out for us, a comforter in time of pain and hardship and hurt? Who doesn't want that? You know, that's who He is. That's what He does. And the kingdom is within us. It lives within us. So I'm doing training in Albuquerque. One is Words That Work, and one's going to be a dream training to teach you how to interpret dreams and how to be able to do that. The other one is, it's important for you. These are free. Okay, they're free. We're asking for a suggested registration because I can't do it for free all the time. But this one is going to be in Santa Barbara, California. I've had so many people say, well, when are you coming to California? When are you coming down? You know, well, I'm coming. I'm coming down to Southern Cal. We're going to do a training in Santa Barbara, and then we're doing an outreach to a big event that looks like a Burning Man-ish event, right? So we're actually going to give you hands-on training. We're going to give you a few simple things that you can do where you'll be able to build a bridge to people who really desperately need to hear truth, but they're unfamiliar with people being invested in their lives, you know? That's one reason why people don't come around. They don't want to be preached to. They want to be loved on. They want to be accepted in whatever broken state they found themselves. They can't even pull it together enough to be normal, and or to even think that they have a hope. Most of them now are suicidal. They're ready just to end it and to get out because they just don't see any hope. They don't see that there's any hope for them. So we're giving you the training. I mean, we spent years, literally years, going out and watching God give us blueprints on what to do for this day, for this hour, for what we're doing now, and how to understand people and what they've gone through and what they've walked through and how they need to be brought in, compelled to come in, and be healed and be made whole and understand their whole identity and purpose and everything that they're made for, right? So these things are coming up in June. And I feel like, I told someone the other day, I feel like I'm just like beating the wind. I'm like doing these trainings. I'm trying to get people educated as to here's how to love people well. Here's how to bring people into a place that you would want if you were in their spot, if you felt like they do, if you had their circumstances, if you had walked through what they walked through. How would you feel? How would you want to be loved? How would you want to be approached? How would you want to have someone come up and be a friend to you in the moment, right? And to build a bridge and to listen to a story or listen to an understanding of what they might have gone through, because that's what's going to give you the entrance and to speak into their lives. You have to earn the right to talk to people now. They're not just going to listen. They're not just going to open up and listen to you because they don't know you. And so you don't have that kind of access into their lives until you build a bridge, until you let them know that you're a safe place, that there's no condemnation, there's no judgment, there's nothing. We're just out here. We're going to show you what we needed, okay? And we put ourselves in their place a little bit, and we say, you know, I need encouragement. I need help. I need the ability to understand there's more for me. So we're moving forward with this. Your job is to show up. Show up. We're getting trainings ready for not only Albuquerque coming up the first weekend in June, but the 20th and the 21st, or 20th, 21st in Santa Barbara, California, are doing that. And then we're also going to do Salt Lake City and Southern Utah. We're planning on getting those dates ahead for you. In October, it looks like around the 18th or so, we're going to be doing Colorado Springs. We're going to be doing a training and getting you equipped in Colorado Springs. And I know for a fact that, like all over Colorado, there's so many people that are just like hanging out in coffee shops in different places and new age shops and whatever it might be. And they're looking for answers. They just need help. They need to be able to connect with the one who's really going to give them the answers and understanding of what they need. But it's time. It's not time to sit back anymore and make up excuses why you don't show up and why you don't want to be trained and why, you don't want to be available. And so we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it like, let's do this thing. Here's what I'll answer all of your questions as to the best of my ability. That's why I like the in-person training, because you can ask the questions. What do I do about this? How do I engage with my cousin or my sister or my daughter or whatever, my son who's involved in same sex? How do I handle my daughter who's wanting to become or has become a witch? How do I handle, and what do I do when I have these people in my home and I don't know how to speak with them? I don't know what to say to them. How do I handle people that are in the new age, and they believe in the universalism, and they're into the stars, and they're into astrology, and they're into all these things, into the Ouija board, into crystals, and all the different things. How do I do this? And we're going to give you the answers. We're going to give you the understanding of what to do and how to approach them where they're willing to listen and they're willing to hear the truth, right? And then now they're wanting more. Then they have an encounter. And we've got to see that they have an encounter. They're not going to be moved or brought in to Jesus by persuasive words and speech. It's not going to happen. You won't talk them into it. And leaving little notes and tracts and little cards on people's windows telling them that they're going to hell and that the judgment day is coming, that is not a compelling factor for anyone. If anything, it's a scare tactic, and it's gaslighting, and it brings people to a point of fear. And there's enough fear going around right now for everyone. Everybody's afraid. And so we're just like, okay, we've got outreaches coming up that you can be a part of once you've gone through training. And then we've got more that we're creating. We're looking at film festivals. We're looking at new age events. We're looking at things that don't just involve the adult industry, even though it's been a big spotlight from heaven for us, because we're able to talk to these girls and people in the industry that are like seriously going down a rabbit hole that is taking them into a destructive lifestyle. So, I've had a few people. I had an opportunity to, to meet Katy Perry, and I'm friends with her mom, and she's delightful. I looked inside her apart from every other thing being said about her right now, and she is absolutely delightful. Her heart is she is a compassionate person, and I got crap for it. I got people who said, I can't believe, I'm offended that you would be standing with, well, yeah, Jesus did that too. Jesus went in and stood by and hugged on and was seen with people that were they considered in that culture to be the outcast society. And I thought, this is what he does. This is what we do. This is what we're going to do, because love doesn't fail, and I'm not going to be judging people, and I'm going to be praying and declaring right things, good things over them, because that's what he does. That's what Jesus does. He speaks truth. He speaks it in love. He speaks it with redemption. He speaks it with a positive end. And I just feel like we've got to turn this thing around, man. We have got to turn. The church has got to turn around and stop blaming and criticizing and making it ugly, making it weird and making it ugly that I don't like this and you offend me here and that thing happened and, you're this and that. Well, you're not out where I'm out and you're not doing what I'm doing. And I know I'm on a rant right now, but I'm telling you, it's like we are not going to see this world turn and come into a loving God's arms if the way that we treat people and the way that we speak about them, and especially those of us that are really out there trying to bring a different spirit and a different approach, and approach where they can say, oh my gosh, I've seen this and I want to be connected to someone that loves me unconditionally. I want to be connected to someone who doesn't take me and judge me because of my faults and the stuff I've done and what I've gotten myself into. I posted a little meme the other day that said, Jesus didn't show up to people and say, how did you get into this mess? He showed up and said, I'm here to help you out of this mess. And we've all been there. All of us. We have all been there at some point. Different levels, different situations, but we've all been there when we've needed him to come in and grab onto us and help us through tough times, or through things we've gotten ourselves into that we did not realize that were that harmful, or whatever it might be. So I'm doing training. I'm going to be in Albuquerque. I'm going to be in Santa Barbara. I'm going to be in Utah. I'm going to be in Colorado Springs. I'm trying to get one here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where we can just bring it. I just want you to show up. I just want you to have hunger. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to equip you. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to equip you. If you don't see that we have a big situation going on in this world right now, you have got your head stuck so far in the sand that it's going to be hard for you to see anything. We're going to pull your head out of the sand, tell you what you're made for as well. Have you discovered on your own what God has called you to do? What is your position? What is your assignment? What has he got for you? And then we're going to give you the tools that we have, that God has given us, even from Burning Man, even from, different counterculture events. And we're going to say, here you go. Here's how you'll have success in reaching and loving and pulling people out of darkness into light, out of darkness into light. That's what's going to happen. go to my website, cindymcgill.org. The information will be there about the locations, about the times that we're going to be training and what we're going to do. The books are there. Please read Words That Work. If you don't read any other book, please read Words That Work. Get it on Audible. Get it on, on my website. Get it on or Amazon if you're out of the country. We're working on getting some training put on the website for those of you that can't make it to, if you're out of the country and you can't make it. Go to the prayer call. Tim Scott, prayer calls on every Monday night now. Every Monday night, he's doing prayer calls. And because we just see the need. It's like, we'll go as long as you need to go. I thought it was going to be an hour. And it just keeps going and going. And people pop on and they want to pray. And they want to, and thank God, right? Thank God people want to pray. So thank you for supporting us. Some of you have been so incredibly supportive of us in every way, praying for us, financially giving. Everybody's in a financially hard spot right now. We have an outreach coming up in January. We're already getting information on the booth that we have to do at the adult convention, and it's $8,400 for the booth. $8,400. And then it's another $7,000 for the house, and then whatever the travel is, whatever tickets to fly in, and then car rental and food and everything. Then we also have this outreach in Santa Barbara. We're paying our way to go there. We're paying our way to get there and to rent a place and to rent vehicles and to be able to get around and to equip you and to give you things that you can use in the crowd. That particular event goes from 12 to 6 on Saturday and 12 to 6 on Sunday. And we're going to give you anything that we've got. I'm going to bring probably one of my Burning Man banners, that I used with the menu board on it. And they're vinyl, so I can pack them in. But this stuff costs money, and you guys have been so good, and you've been so faithful, and you're not forgotten. And so we're doing everything we can in order to try and make it easy and make it right and make it good for you and make it where everyone can be trained and everyone can be activated and everyone can understand what we're up against and how to navigate it. And it took me a lot of unlearning. I'm going to tell you right now, I had to unlearn a lot of things because we were taught certain things back in the 70s, but they don't work now. They don't work now. So please show up. I love you guys. You guys have been so great, and thank you for being my friends. I feel like Mr. Rogers. Won't you be my neighbor? So anyway, please come to the Albuquerque, come to Santa Barbara. When we get Utah nailed down date-wise, go on there, come to that, show up for that. We're going to get you trained and launched and ready to go. And then, of course, we do have Colorado Springs, October. I think it's around the 18th of October, so we've already got that one set. All right, cindymcgill.org, cindymcgill.org. Go on my YouTube also and watch the videos there. You can watch them all. And also on my Instagram. I've got more posts than I do people following, so we're not lost a few with my Katie picture, but she's a beautiful girl. I just want you to know that. I know that there's been a lot of bad press, a lot of things said, but I'm telling you from my personal experience, just giving her a hug and just having an opportunity, a moment with her before she went on her stage, deep in her heart, she is a beautiful girl. So, all right, talk with you soon. Bye.